announcing the starting lineup for the Niagara Knights, coached by Robert Lalama. In that we got number 0, Taylor Major. Number 5, Mariah Gamba. Number 9, Sophia Alkei. Number 13, Amanda Borowski. Number 15, Taryn Holtink. Number 16, Michelle Maker. Number 17, Julianne Buis. Number 18, Caitlin Mix. Number 19, Madison Harley. Number 20, Caitlin Presley. And number 22, Haley Richardson. Now announcing the starting lineup for your Fanshawe Falcons as the home team. Number 1, Brianne Perot. Number 3, Natasha Agbaba. Number 4, Jillian Ian Tosca. Number 5, Allison Pike. Number 8, Amber Lee Hodgins. Number 9, Jade Kovacevic. Number 10, Angelica Meopoulos. Number 11, Nicole Nielsen. Number 13, Kayla McQueen. Number 14, Selena Roberts. Number 18, Daniela Strano. And number 23, Chelsea Zavitz. The Fanshawe Falcons are coached today by Mike Marcosia.
All right, are you ready to go? Yeah, why not? Give her a go.
Yeah, we were just about here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2019 OCAA Women's Soccer Championship. This first round matchup, the first game of this between the Niagara Knights and the Fanshawe Falcons. Niagara, the only team who had to travel to win their first game in the crossover matchup. They beat St. Lawrence by a score of 3-2. Fanshawe, they took care of business against Centennial, beating them 7-0 to get to this game. This is going to be an interesting game. Fanshawe beating Niagara 6-0 in the regular season game, but we talked to both coaches, and they both said that that score was not indicative of their game and that it was a much closer game. And we're off right away with Fanshawe now with number 8, Amber Lee Hodgkins. Niagara regains possession. They're going to go all the way to the back now. Number 10, Angelica. Still with it is Meopoulos, and she's going to go all the way back now to Selena Roberts. Hodgkins on that right side, looking for a player, decides to go back. Hodgkins still with possession. She's going to go back to Selena Roberts. Still with Meopoulos. Now in the middle, number 5, Allison Pike, and loses possession. Caitlin Mix with it, and she has space. She's going to send a through ball now to number 15. That was for Niagara. 15, Taryn Holtnick. But easy save that time by Brianne Carrero. Meopoulos getting it once again. Seems to be a target in that middle for Fanshawe. And now with it is number 18, Danielle Strano, the 5th year. Back to Strano. Strano looking in the middle, trying to find a teammate. She can't, and is intercepted by Niagara. Meopoulos is going to go to the left back, Natasha Agababa. Strano looking at her options. Niagara pressing, and Mix has a chance to take possession, but quickly given to the left back, Amber Lee Hodgkins.
Fanshawe obviously coming out early, maintaining a lot of possession, looking to control the game early on, not taking too many risks coming out of the back. The through balls have been picked off by Niagara to develop that first opportunity.
Niagara is trying to push that ball up, but it's going to be intercepted by Fanshawe. Now on the wing, it is number 11, Nicole Nielsen. Agbaba has to race for that, quickly being chased by Julianne Bust. And that'll go out for a Niagara throw-in. And the quick break in action, the Niagara Knights are playing an unconventional 4-4-1. And before you say, wait a minute, that's only 10 players, they have one player man-marking Jade Kovacevic. Now, Michael, that's not something we usually see in these soccer games, but maybe a strategy that will help Niagara win this game.
Niagara's coming out early and they're attacking the ball as quickly as possible. They don't want Fanshawe to control this game, and they know what Jade can do up front. She's leading the league in scoring, and they need to take that threat away.
So number 20 for Niagara, Caitlin Presley, has been given the duties of staying on Jade's back at all times during the game. Jade scored 5 goals against Niagara when they won 6-0 in Niagara back in September. It'll be another Fanshawe throw. It looks like number 3, Natasha Agbaba, the 4th year out of London, will be taking the throw for the Falcons. Fanshawe, one of only 2 teams in OCAA to not have lost a game. They have 9 wins and 1 tie. The 1 tie coming against the Humber Hawks. Selena Roberts elects to go all the way back to Brina Carrero. Danielle Strano looks to her left side, finds Agbaba. A weak through ball is going to be picked off by Niagara. Kaylin Mix gets by Agbaba, finds room on that right side, elects to go back to the middle to Bust. Bust trying to find Mix again, picked off. That time by number 10 of Fanshawe, Angelica Mehamalis. Meopolis will get it once again all the way back to the thrower, Agbaba. Getting her first touch of the ball, Nicole Nielsen. Fanshawe with space, that is number 13, Kayla McQueen, still with space on that left side, being chased down by number 19, Maddie Harley, and it will be a Fanshawe throw.
Well, so far the Niagara strategy of man-marking Jade up front and taking her out of the game. I don't know if she's had a touch yet. Niagara hasn't had the ball much, but Fanshawe's been controlling the game, but Niagara's the only team really with an opportunity early on.
And the first foul called, that was a tackle against number 9 of Niagara, Sophia Al-Qaid. And taking the free kick will be the goalkeeper, Taylor Major, the 4th year. Allison Pike finds Meopolis, and she's going to look for her teammate Nielsen. It looks like Nielsen and Kayla McQueen swapped wings, a common strategy by these Fanshawe Falcons. Get each winger to get a bit of a taste of the defensive matchup, see if there's a mismatch that they can exploit early on in the game. It'll be another Fanshawe throw off the head of Michelle Maker. The Fanshawe captain, Chelsea Zavitz, with possession, trying to take on a couple of Niagara defenders. Fanshawe does keep possession. They're going to go all the way back. And it is on the foot of number 18, Danielle Strano. Strano finds Meopolis in the middle, looking for a teammate. She can't find Pike. Well defended by Niagara. Nielsen now has it in the middle. Nielsen looking for Zavitz, but easily picked off that time by Maria Gamba, and will go all the way back to the Fanshawe end.
you really see that confidence that Fanshawe has as the number 1 ranked team in the country right now, taking their time with the ball, looking for the opportunities, dealing with a little bit of pressure, and not rushing their game. They know that on paper they are the team to beat, and they just need to settle this game down. But early on, again, in the match, Niagara's able to just pick their pocket close to the 18-yard box and look to the net, where Fanshawe has not yet had that opportunity.
And you said that Fanshawe is the team to beat, and we talked to Rob Lalama early before the game, and he said that could be used in Niagara's advantage. They have absolutely nothing to lose in this game, losing 6-0 before. He did see that was not a proper result for that game, but he says that Niagara coming in this game as the underdog, and that may give them an advantage later on. They think that they could be a team to really think about as a dark horse in this tournament.
Well, Niagara absolutely has done their work to get here. They won the crossover match. They said the score was not indicative of the game and their possession, that they could have run away with that game a little bit easier. And they have some big wins this year. They have got wins against Humber. Humber is the team that just tied Fanshawe, so it's anything can happen. Speaking to the Fanshawe coach, he's taking nothing for granted. He's been here before 4 years ago. He's been in a quarterfinal match, ranked number 1, and they didn't seize the day on that day. He plans to attack, and he plans to get some hardware here.
Niagara, since that 6-0 loss to Fanshawe, 4 wins, 0 losses, and 2 ties. So that loss has really sparked a bit of a streak, an unbeaten streak of 6 games for the Knights, and hoping to make that 7 against the team that they lost to early on in the season. Fanshawe hoping to prove that they are the team to beat by walking away with this one, and they certainly are leading in the possession numbers as they have the ball once again. It's now with Nielsen trying to find Kovacevic, and it's going to be blocked by Niagara. Fanshawe has possession all the way back. Strano looking for the long ball. Kovacevic has it once again, and she will have her first crack at goal. It's going to go well wide as Taylor Major will take the ball for a goal kick.
Well, they haven't been able to get her service with short balls on the pitch from the midfield. That ball coming out of the back, they're eager to get Kovacevic on that ball, get her an opportunity in the box, and see what can happen.
Kovacevic, obviously no stranger to scoring goals. 103 in regular season play. The only player in OCAA history to go over that century mark. And a lethal goal scorer. 5 goals, as I mentioned, for Kovacevic in that game against Niagara. Meopolis finds Pike. She cannot control the hot pass, but it may still be with Fanshawe as Amber Lee Hodgkins gets a touch, but it will go out for a Niagara throw.
The key difference between the two teams that you can hear from the pitch right now is that the Fanshawe women are really talking. That ball coming out of the back, you could hear 4 or 5 players yelling, "Turn, you've got time," and I'm just not quite hearing that from Niagara yet. There might be some nerves there. They need to settle the game down. They're only about 10 minutes in. But the longer the game goes, the longer the scoreline remains 0-0, Niagara should start to get more confidence, knowing that their game plan is working. Somebody's standing next to Jade up top, trying to keep the ball off of her feet, and Fanshawe doesn't have that outlet with a system with only one striker.
Meopolis with possession. She looks towards her left and will now be with now 18, Danielle Strano. Pike. She finds Agbaba on that left wing, giving chases Bust. Strano looking deep, elects not to go that way, and will go back to Agbaba on that left flank. Allison Pike finds McQueen. McQueen looking for Kovacevic at the top of the box, cannot find her, blocked by Niagara and given all the way down to midfield. Pike with space. Strano still has time, and the missed pass intended for Meopolis is going to go right to the foot of number 15, Taryn Hultnick. Zavitz looking for Kovacevic. The pass not on the mark and easily defended by the Knights. Well defended by Strano and gets possession once again. Kovacevic is away. She's on a breakaway, looking for the offside flag, and a fantastic save by Taylor Major. Kovacevic at the top of the box, looking for a right foot slide that time by Presley, and well defended that time by Borweski.
Well, a couple previous opportunities, Fanshawe has failed to get the ball up to Jade at the top, but as soon as she gets close, you can see her body language just come alive.
Nielsen looking for Kovacevic at the top of the box. A dangerous ball into that middle of the area, but it was well defended again by Niagara. Now with Pike. McQueen has it on that right side now for Fanshawe. Back to Pike. Natasha Agbaba back to Danielle Strano. Minneapolis in the middle, and on her right away is Taryn Hulnick, and Al-Kai cannot get that loose ball. Danielle Agbaba, they're really using that left side. Agbaba has lots of space. Strano looking for a player, and she will go deep, and it will be easily picked up. No harm done, and Taylor Major will take that ball. Zavitz. And now with it is Pike. Still with it is Pike after the give and go with Zavitz. It's going to be a free kick in Fanshawe's favor and in a bit of a dangerous range. It's going to be a quick taken free kick. Minneapolis has possession. Mix right on her. Nielsen now to Strano at the back. Fanshawe, no problem just passing it amongst their defenders.
Fanshawe's possession slowly moving up the field. Early minutes in the game, we'd see them in their back half, around the midfield mark, and they're inching up the field and maintaining that possession that should start to translate into some real chances.
A great ball that time. McQueen just can't get enough of it. Zavitz, a very creative through ball to McQueen, but just out of the reach. That would have been another great chance for the Falcons, but in the end, just a goal kick for Niagara. Taylor Major now will hit that all the way to midfield. Nobody from Niagara near. Zavs can easily take that down.
Jack, you had mentioned before the game, talking to both coaches, just about how the team's prepared for this match. Niagara playing with the 4-4-1 with one roamer glued to Jade as much as she can possibly be. They said that they were actually training with guys from the men's team, playing Jade's role, having the marker just glued to her for the entire practices.
It just shows the respect that Niagara, and I'm sure the whole OCAA has for Jade, and deservedly so, as she has 100 goals and has been an influential player in every single year at Fanshawe. And so far it's done well. She's had the one chance and missed it. And right now Fanshawe has possession. It's going to go all the way back to Danielle Strano. Still with Strano at the back. Finds Zavitz. Looking all the way back, but it's going to be intercepted by Hulnick. Hulnick's going to be challenged by Zavitz, and Fanshawe gets possession once again. Nielsen, but it will be a good play by Maddie Harley. Minneapolis, good turn to get by Hulnick and finds Allison Pike wide open in the middle. Pike, lots of space, and goes back to her fellow central midfielder, Minneapolis. Nielsen, McQueen, Jade, and well defended by Niagara. That was Maria Gamba giving Kovacevic no space to get a touch on that ball. Major with the drop kick. Lee Hodgkins with Fanshawe. She's going to go all the way to Agbaba. Agbaba back to Strano. Akaid with space, trying to find Mix with the give and go, but that pass a little bit too heavy and easily defended by Selena Roberts. Minneapolis trying to find McQueen, gets deflected, but does reach her, but defended by Maker. McQueen has to go back. Minneapolis with space, and it seems that every single time Minneapolis gets the ball, she is making that right pass. Not many of her passes have been picked off. She is really a centerpiece of this Fanshawe offense. Agbaba's going to go to Danielle Estreno.
Really enjoying watching Niagara move the ball around. They're confident. The players are looking up, viewing the field. It just says a lot for the class of this team and what they're capable of.
McQueen finds Nielsen, a nice back pass, a flick. Kovacevic looking for Nielsen, the pass just behind her, and Niagara has possession. Lee Hopkins pinching, and a missed touch by Maker, and Fanshawe will get possession once again. Minneapolis. Agbaba has space, can go all the way back to the fifth year, Danielle Estreno. Agbaba once again with it on that flank. Still with it is Agbaba, showing her footwork, and finds Pike. Pike to the captain Zavitz. Nielsen, the heavy touch, works in her favor, and Kovacevic and Nielsen not on the same wavelength, and Taylor Major will gobble that up.
Well, we've mentioned Jade Kovacevic several times now, but she's not the only threat on this team. Nicole Nielsen also has 10 goals, averaging more than 1 goal a game. You'll start to see Zavitz, their captain in the middle, look for both options up front, especially as Niagara is putting so much effort into taking one away.
Yeah, it's so tough for a team like Niagara. We talked about how they're man-marking Jade, but you also have the threats of Nielsen. McQueen has 4 goals on the year. Chelsea Zavitz, the captain, has 5. So all these different threats for Fanshawe, but I feel like we'd be doing everybody a disservice if we didn't talk about Niagara. They have 2 players with 7. They have 2 first years with 7, I should say, is Taryn Hulnick and Julianne Bust. Both have scored 7 goals on the year, both scoring in that crossover game against St. Lawrence. So they're on a bit of a goal-scoring streak as well.
Well, 20 minutes gone in this first half, and the scoreline still 0-0. It's a little bit better than what Niagara had done the first time where these two teams had met, and Kovacevic did have that opening goal in the 17th minute. This is exactly what Niagara wants. It's the strategy that they wanted. They said the longer that this game goes on with a 0-0 scoreline, the more they'll gain confidence and the more nervous Fanshawe will get.
Absolutely, and Rob Alama did talk that once Fanshawe does get a little frazzled, a little concerned that they can play a different way in a style that may go into Niagara's favor. So like you said, Michael, the longer that this is a 0-0 game, the more it is advantageous towards Niagara. Nice turn that time by Zavitz. Zavitz looking long, but out of the reach of Kovacevic. Niagara does not deal with that very well, and it's going to go right to Kovacevic, but not a good touch, and it will be now a Fanshawe throw as number 22 of Niagara, Kaylee Richardson, just puts that out of play. Amber Lee Hodgkins has possession. Selena Roberts looking left, fakes, and she will go back to Hodgkins. Hodgkins back to Selena Roberts. Selena Roberts, the 2018 OCAA Championship All-Star Team nominee. It's a beautiful day here in Ancaster, Ontario, where Redeemer is held. Just a 13-degree, perfectly sunny day, perfect day for some soccer. Kovacevic gets by her defender. She's going towards the box, has that left foot, and Taylor Major is there to make that save, diving towards her left side.
Well, it's not just the fact that she's getting the opportunities. It's the fact that she's beating a man one-to-one. She's stronger. She goes shoulder to shoulder, still has the prowess to turn and find a shot. She didn't have, it wasn't the greatest opportunity, but she absolutely made the most of it there.
Fanshawe will get possession back in the midfield. It will go off of Zavich in for a Niagara throw. Borowski taking that for Niagara. It's headed straight up by McQueen, and Niagara's able to gain possession. That's with Haltnick. Fanshawe appealing for a foul. Nothing doing, says the referee. Al-Qaid just has it on that right side, being defended by Agbaba. Gets by with a nice move. Still has it on that right side, looking to cross. A cross and a creative through ball given to Mix, but defended well by the Falcons. Zavich wins that 50-50 ball. I'm going to go to Selena Roberts. Roberts finds Amberly Hodgkins on that right side. McQueen and being chased by Maker. The poor through ball by Zavich is going to go to Al-Qaid, but a good defensive play by Minneapolis gets possession to Fanshawe. Nielsen. Hodgkins looking for Kovacevic and blocked again by Niagara. Now with the Julianne Bust, and Zavich quickly gaining on her. Bust, a wayward pass, and that's going to go straight to the foot of Allison Pike.
Niagara slowly starting to find some opportunities to keep the ball a little bit longer. They're attacking Fanshawe quickly in the midfield, letting them have it in the back, letting them serve it forward, and as soon as they move it into the midfield, they're starting to close it down. And from those opportunities, they're able to get a foot in here and there.
A good ball by Zavich. It's going to find Nielsen on that left side. Going to bring it towards the right foot, a ground cross, and it's going to be a great challenge that time by Amanda Boroweski that surely saved a great shot on net that time. It was Kayla McQueen who was in the middle and trying to get a touch on it, but great play by Borowski.
There's a lot to be said by Niagara's composure at the back. They know the threat that they're dealing with, multiple threats from Fanshawe, but they're staying composed. They're getting past the 22nd minute mark, still 0-0, and that's starting to transition into them getting the ball a bit more often.
Niagara's way of offense has always been that long through ball and that counterattack, and the longer that they can keep it at 0-0, every team is susceptible to that counterattack, especially if you play high like Fanshawe can. And if Niagara can get possession and get one away, it could be a totally different scoreline. Selena Roberts is going to go to Amber Lee Hodgkins. Strena with space at the back. Looking for her options. She finds Zavich. The one-touch pass is now to Nielsen. Nielsen looking for Kovacevic. Once again, not quite on that same wavelength. And Taylor Major, the Niagara goalkeeper, will pick that up. Tight, the one-touch flick, and not quite to the foot of Michelle Maker. Defended well that time by Haltnick. Haltnick looking for Mix, but a heavy through ball, and it will go all the way down to the Fanshawe goal.
Really enjoying that clever through ball from Zavitz to Nielsen. That one touch, she didn't even look over her shoulder. She knew where Nielsen was, and she was able to quickly bring that ball forward. Those three working together at the top of Fanshawe's attack are a real dangerous trio.
Absolutely. The 4-2-3-1 is the formation that Fanshawe coach Mike Sasocia has decided to go, and it's worked well for him in the past, so why not go to it once again? And now it's Zavich on the through ball, offside as the flag goes up just. It must have been by no more than a foot. But offside is offside, and Niagara thankful for that. Major, the good ball to Julianne Boost, who takes it down well. Trying to find space on that right side. Off of Bust, and will be a Fanshawe throw. Natasha Agbaba has possession. Nielsen trying to get by Harley. She does. And now she has space. She's going to find Pike. Well defended by Michelle Macker. Macker, the 2017 West Division Rookie of the Year. Taryn Holnick, and well defended that time by Zavitz, showing her defensive ability. Nielsen finds Minneapolis. A tempting ball. That was McQueen and Kovacevic teaming up for that one off the pass of Zavitz, but well defended again by Niagara. Fanshawe again has possession at the middle of the pitch. Looking left is Natasha Agbaba. Pike calls for it, gets it, and with space, but a bad first touch, and right on that was Al-Qaid.
Well, Fanshawe's ball movement is absolutely fantastic, but Niagara is not just sitting back. As soon as there's a little bobble in receiving a pass or there's an opportunity to get a foot in, Niagara is getting that ball back, and they're turning it over quickly to get their opportunities in as well. Both teams seem to be playing the strategies that they want to play, but Fanshawe hasn't been able to convert yet. If these opportunities keep coming and they're not able to convert, you'll start to see the body language of those strikers get more and more frustrated. You can start to see it with Jade already. Nielsen walking back a little slower. They want those opportunities to come quicker, and they need to be able to convert them, and they know that.
Fanshawe with possession. That ball is going to go to Agbaba. She has to give a quick first-time pass to Nielsen. Can't quite handle that. Nielsen, nice turn to get some space against Hultnick. Now with lots of space is Pike. She's going to find McQueen. The one-touch pass to Minneapolis. Allison Pike. Minneapolis, the quick one-time pass. Amber to Lee Hodgkins. Hodgkins finds Danielle Strano. Strano trying to find Nielsen, but picked off by Bust. Zavitz, the one-time pass to Nielsen, goes first time to McQueen. And a reckless foul, says the referee. And he's reaching into his pocket. It's going to be a yellow card for Amanda Borowski. McQueen still in a little bit of pain on the pitch. Seems like she's clutching her left ankle.
Well, referee Nick Vaginas definitely got that call right. She was really late for the challenge there. There was a lot of body contact, and the ball was completely gone at that point. It's an interesting opportunity here for Fanshawe to load up the box. The ball's in a great spot. I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking for that tall striker up front.
Looks like it's going to be Danielle Strano taking that free kick for the Falcons. Niagara, 6 yellow cards in OCAA regular season play, gets their first of the championship. Strano looks for goal, and it's going to be just over top of the crossbar. I thought it would have been a cross opportunity, but Strano thought, why not have a shot at the net? Taylor Major watches that sail over top of her head, and for a goal kick for the Knights. No substitutions yet, although we do see number 10, Daniela Aguirre, at the sideline for Niagara. Kovacevic looking for Nielsen. She'll be able to reach that just as it hits that touch line. Trying to get by Maddie Harley. Still with Nielsen. Finds Zavitz. Referee calls advantage, but Fanshawe still with possession. Minneapolis. Macker gets pickpocketed by Fanshawe. That was Kayla McQueen. Agbaba finding Nielsen. Nielsen looking for a right, looking for a shot. Can't find Zavitz in the box. Al-Qaid finds Mix, back to Al-Qaid. Great ball that time by Julianne Buste, who has possession, trying to get by Allison Pike, but a great defensive play. Kayla McQueen with possession. She's looking at her options, and it's going to go all the way back to Allison Pike. Back to the left back, Natasha Agbaba.
Both coaches have been up on their feet in the last few minutes. A little bit of a dubious foul on Nielsen right in front of the Fanshawe bench. The coach was giving the referee quite an earful there. And then Rob Lalama just putting his big voice out there to get his players to stick to the game plan. Look to the outsides, look to the corners, bring the ball into places where Fanshawe players are not. That's going to be their key opportunities to maintain possession, move it upfield, and just get some sort of cross into the box.
Niagara has some quick wingers in Julianne Buste and Michelle Maker that they look to use that to their advantage against these Fanshawe outside defenders. And that's why Rob Lalama says, get the ball outside, get the ball outside. Nothing doing that time, and Fanshawe has possession. It's going to be with Danielle Strana looking upfield. Nielsen with space, has a defender on her back. Defensive play there by Hultnick. Al-Qaid trying to get by Pike. She does, but a miscommunication that time by Qaid and Mix will result in Niagara keeping possession for a quick moment. Mix still has possession, gets by a defender, but not quite gets by Selena Roberts. A missed pass, and again Niagara has possession. This time it's with Taryn Hultnick. A couple moves, and she'll get the ball to right back Maddie Harley. Harley looking upfield, but right to the foot of Minneapolis. She can't handle that pass. It's going to be Nielsen who has space in front of her. Zavitz finds McQueen and Allison Pike, and she's able to reset.
Well, we're getting into the last 10 minutes of the first half here, Zach, and tactically, Rob Lalama has to be grinning if he can get through this first half with a 0-0 scoreline. I can't imagine the Fanshawe coach would have expected to have so many opportunities and to be able to convert nothing. The tactical plan that Niagara is putting out there seems to be working flawlessly so far.
That 4-4-1 with that one player, Presley, sticking on to Kovacevic, has worked wonders for Niagara so far. No goals in this game. Maddie Harley will take that one off the shoulder and go right to Buste. Hultnick trying to take that down, but a great defensive play by Minneapolis. And I'm sure it'll be a couple of different conversations in the halftime dressing room if we do go in with a 0-0 scoreline, and that's currently where we're at. And it looks like it will be a Fanshawe corner. The first corner that we're going to see in this game will be one given to the Falcons.
Zavitz and Nielsen both headed to this corner to see if they can get something tricky in a short pass to bring it in. Niagara not responding as much as their coach would like right now.
Fanshawe bunching
it's
up
a short
at the
pass,
top, but it is a short corner, as you said, Michael, and it looks like it was Minneapolis looking for a quick ball to Zavitz, and it'll be a goal kick, meaning we can get our first substitution of the OCAA championships, number 10 for Niagara. That is Daniela Aguirre. Coming in, she'll be replacing Michelle Maker.
In for the Knights, number 10, Daniela Aguirre.
That goal kick is going to go to Buse. Buse goes to Harley. Harley looking for that lead ball to Mix. She has possession now. Buse calls for it, will get it, but Agbaba right on her. Dispossesses, and it will be Fanshawe possession. Back to Agbaba. Minneapolis finds Amberly Hodgkins on that right side. Mix has space in front of her. Looking for Buse for that through ball, but it will not be able to get through to her. Great defensive play that time by Selena Roberts. Akai gets that ball, and she will try and get by to Agbaba. Gets fouled.
Great call by the referee there. A little bit of extra arm on the back by the Fanshawe defender. Just leaning in and pushing over Niagara player for a free kick.
Harley looking towards that top of the box. Buse has a look at it, but it will not go the way she wanted. It will be a goal kick for the Falcons. Brian Carrero goes to Roberts to start play off once again. We're into the final stretch of half number one. 0-0 score. Fanshawe has dominated the possession numbers, but Niagara has executed their game plan perfectly so far in half number one. Now with it is Buse. Finds Harley behind her. Harley looking downfield towards Kaylin Mix. Agbaba thought she had a little bit more time than she had. We'll go off of Mix for a Fanshawe throw.
Zach, you mentioned the Fanshawe possession throughout the most of the first half hasn't actually translated into getting the opportunities. Right now, Fanshawe with 5 real opportunities and shot opportunities on net. Niagara still has 3. They're not trailing that far behind. Tactically, they're executing exactly the plan that they want. It'll be really interesting to see if we make these last 5 minutes of the first half and what the teams might change up going into the second 45.
Fanshawe has 44 goals in their OCAA regular season, averaging to just under 5 per game, but 0 in this first half. We mentioned a few times earlier in the broadcast, 6-0 was the result when these first teams played. Kovacevic will get her first chance at a goal and bury that one for the Falcons.
Wow, a simple little through ball in behind the defense. Jade Kovacevic only needed one touch. Keeper's charging out, and she timed it perfectly. Poked it right back into the left corner of the net. Really finished. You see that class.
Falcons goal by number 9.
Jade Kovacevic gets her first of the 2019 OCAA Championship Tournament, and one that would put Fanshawe up on Niagara 1-0 late in half number one. We were just talking about how Niagara has executed that game plan perfectly. One lapse in judgment, and everything can go down the drain. 1-0 is the score in half number one between Niagara and Fanshawe.
After doing so well, maintaining their composure, shutting down all the offensive threats of Fanshawe, Niagara to concede with just 4 minutes to go in the half, it's a little bit of a demotivating moment to take anything in the last couple minutes of a half.
Fanshawe certainly looking for one more as they head into the halftime break. Niagara wouldn't say no to one of their own, but hoping to stop this Fanshawe attack. It's always those first few minutes after a goal where both sides really got to keep their composure. Fanshawe looking to bounce back and get another one. Niagara hoping to stop them from doing so. Okay, he gets a touch on that. It'll go right to Chelsea Zavitz. Zavitz finds Minneapolis.
Fanshawe really comfortable just to sit on the ball for a few minutes after that goal. Take the pressure off, take a breath. They know what they're capable of doing, and with a 1-0 scoreline, possession is going to be key for them.
McQueen, a through ball in towards the middle. That time by Hodgkins will go right to the mitts of Taylor Major. Major taking her time. Sends one downfield. It will be Mixon-Meopolis going for the 50-50. It will actually be Allison Pike who gets it off the bounce. Chelsea Zavitz has possession. She's going to go all the way back to Amber Lee Hodgkins. It's with Roberts. Roberts finds Hodgkins on that right side. Hodgkins, no problem, just waiting out the Niagara defenders. Going to go all the way back to Danielle Strano. Gamba easily gets in the way of that pass and gives Niagara possession. That was Hulnick looking for Bust on that right side, but well done with the head was Agbaba. Zavitz, the heavy touch, looking for Hodgkins, and it will go just out of play for a Niagara throw in the Fanshawe half. With possession is the Falcons. McQueen finds Pike. Pike the heavy touch, and it will be going right to number 22, Kaylee Richardson of Niagara. Richardson gets dispossessed by Pike, and it will be a Fanshawe throw deep in their own half. Good tackle by Pike to keep possession, but it'll go right to the foot of Borowski, who will just send that one long for a Fanshawe goal kick.
The referee starting to look at his watch just in the closing minutes of the first half. Both teams should take a lot away from how they've executed the first half. Fanshawe moving the ball really nicely, showing that they're able to control the game. Had they had not converted on that one opportunity, the conversation would be really different in the dressing room. Niagara's game plan seemed to have worked really, really well, other than that one little touch by Jade.
And that's how half number one will come to a close. 1-0 Fanshawe. They lead Niagara in half number one of game number one here at the OCAA Championships at Redeemer College. Michael and I will be back with more action just after the halftime break.
In for the Knights, number 16, Michelle Maker.
Ready to go? They just subbed back Michelle from Blue Wire.
We can try to find some. Yeah.
Welcome back to half number 2 of this game between the Fanshawe Falcons and the Niagara Knights. In half number 1, Niagara executed their game plan perfectly through 40 minutes, but it was in the 41st minute where Jade Kovacevic was able to pull one past Taylor Major, the first time finish into that bottom left corner past Taylor Major, and that's all the action in half number 1. 1-0 to score between Fanshawe and Niagara as we start half number 2. It's now on the foot of Nielsen, gives it back to Allison Pike with possession. Back to Pike. Now Michael in half number 1, who is all Fanshawe and according to possession, but we talked how Niagara did start to get a few chances, now down by a goal. Do we expect any formation changes by Niagara?
So far, it doesn't look like it. So far, it looks like Niagara's sticking to their game plan, trying to neutralize the offensive threat. As this half goes on, Niagara will be forced to change that. They will be forced to take some risks. This is a do-or-die game. These are quarterfinal matches in the OCAA championship. They will need a goal. It'll be really interesting to see how Niagara starts to transition and push Fanshawe to get the ball back and move it upfield.
And if you are just joining us, we talked about this earlier in the broadcast, that Niagara formation, that 4-4-1. And you may say that's only 9 players. Well, that 5th player is going to be playing defense, and that is Kaylin Presley, who has been tasked to stick on Jade Kovacevic, the 103 goal scorer in that regular season, the only player in history to reach that century mark. Kovacevic gets the touch, and that's going to go to Chelsea Zavich. Back to Kovacevic, finds Zavich once again. McQueen with possession for the Falcons.
I really don't expect to see any tactical changes from Fanshawe, at least not for the majority of the second half. 1 goal is not a healthy or comfortable buffer for this team, and they know that they have the attacking prowess to get a few more.
With a lot of room is Buse. She takes a heavy touch, but still with possession. Chased by Agbaba, tries to get by her. Kaylin Mix now with possession for Niagara, looking for Buse. Buse puts the heads to the skies, not on the same wavelength with Mix, and Fanshawe regains possession at the back end. Minneapolis. Now with Selena Roberts, the OCAA Championship All-Star from a year ago. When Fanshawe was victorious, they are the reigning champions and the current number 1 ranked national team in Canada. Amberly Hodgkins being chased by freshly subbed in Michelle Maker. Allison Pike with 2 Knights right around her is going to go back to Hodgkins. Hodgkins gets that ball to Minneapolis. Right there is Julianne Buse, dispossesses her. And a foul committed by Chelsea Zavitz. And Niagara has a free kick just across mid-pitch. A tempting through ball, not handled well that time by Brianne Carrero. She does get a second touch on that before Sophia El-Qaid could get a touch.
It looked like the Fanshawe back line, as well as Guerrero, was just looking for the cross there. It just slipped behind a defender, and Guerrero had to quickly get on her toes to take control of that ball.
Angelica Miapolis is going to go to Amberly Hodgkins, deflected by Maker, and now Knights have possession. And it gets dispossessed by Allison Pike. Niagara's had a couple of chances early on in half number 2. Now Fanshawe is able to counter. McQueen looking for Zavich, making that through ball run, but deflected by Niagara and given up field by Harley.
It's interesting that we're starting to see Jade make runs deeper back into her own team's defense. She has clued in that she is man marked for this entire match. She's doing those runs really deliberately to see if she can tire her marker out, get back upfield, and lose them somehow in a transition as the team gains the ball.
And we did talk to head coach Mike Socia before the game, and he did say that Jade could drift into that attacking midfielder role instead of that target man role that she has currently been playing so far in half number 1. Let's see if maybe Fanshawe is trying to get more touches for Jade. She is still currently being the lone striker up top for the Falcons, but Fanshawe has just not done a great job of getting her the ball. McQueen looking for Kovacevic, just cannot get a touch. Great defensive play that time by her Marquis Presley.
It was a good ball forward and a good run. She was just a little bit uncollected to get through.
Buse trying to make a move that time on Agbaba. It will go off of the leg of Agbaba and outside for a Knights throw taken by Harley. (1-0) still the score. Fanshawe over at Niagara early in half number 2. We're here at Redeemer University College in Ancaster, Ontario. Beautiful Wednesday morning. McQueen, a nice flick to Allison Pike. Pike looking for McQueen, gets past that last defender. She's alone. It will be offside, just offside. The ball just a little bit too late from Pike. Good defensive line that time by Niagara.
Well, McQueen definitely protesting that call. The linesman was right there. The flag was quite early, but it was obvious that she had a step or two behind the defender.
Buse looking for Mix. It will be taken down by Danielle Strano. Strano falls down, appealing for a foul. Mix still has possession. She's now on the Fanshawe end. She's looking for Taryn Hulnick, just a bit behind her. A chance for Niagara to attack. It's going to be a free kick and in a very dangerous position for the Niagara Knights.
Well, there might be something here for the Knights, but that ball into the box, back out to the penalty spot area, should have been a little bit sharper. That could have been the one opportunity for Niagara to equalize.
Those can be very challenging balls for a goalkeeper to read. You never know if you should charge the ball handler or if you should charge that pass. Either way, that player should make a sharper pass, like you said, Michael, just a little bit behind Hulnick. And it looks like Hulnick is going for goal. It's a 4-person wall for Fanshawe with a Niagara player right beside. Hulnick does take a shot, and just outside by Brianne Carrero. She will say, that's mine. As for the goal kick, Hulnick with a good opportunity, but just past that right post.
I don't think it was far wide either. She had the opportunity. She had the keeper beat. Had that been just 2 feet to the right, that could have been a game changer.
It's now with Fanshawe after that goal kick. Amberly Hodgkins, it goes off the hand of Hulnick. Referee says nothing doing. And another throw in for the Falcons. Hodgkins finds McQueen. Zavitz is going to go back to McQueen. McQueen with space being chased down by Gamba. And now it's Zava making her move to the box. Nothing, says the referee. Good challenge by Maddie Harley.
Great job to get really dug in the box with the foul. Just ensuring that they're touching that ball first. It was a little bit of a risky play, but the referee was right on top of it and really clear to call. There was nothing in it.
Hodgkins goes to Pike, lots of space. Entering that attacking third, but she lets it go all the way back to left back Agbaba. Agbaba says that she has. That was number 11, Nicole Nielsen, getting that touch, but just out of her reach. Fanshawe does retain possession. Hodgkins has to lunge for that, but it's going to be the captain of Niagara Maker getting a turnover. That pass intended for Caitlin Mix, but easily taken by Selena Roberts. Hulnick looking to get by a couple of Falcons players, but she's going to go all the way back. Maddie Harley has to really reach for that. She's able to just get a touch, but it will go out of play for a Falcons throw just inside their own end.
Niagara is not sitting back. Two little occasions right there where Fanshawe's first touch wasn't perfect, and Niagara was able to get a foot in, get the ball back. They should start to bring up that pressure in the second half.
It's now with Agbaba. She cannot get the pass that she wants. It's going to go right to Taryn Hulnick. Hulnick makes a couple of moves and still has possession. Going to go back to Borowski. Borowski looking for number 22 of Niagara, Kaylee Richardson. Can't find her. And now on the foot of Meopolis. Meopolis, the wide ball and lots of space now for Kayla McQueen. Zavich with the man right behind her. He's going to go to Amber Lee Hodgkins. Back to Zavitz. Fanshawe doing what we've seen all first half, just keeping that possession, looking for a gap in Niagara, but Niagara is able to steal it, and now they're on the counterattack.
I'm starting to see the Fanshawe midfield a little flat-footed. The defense are struggling to get that easy ball out of the back, and Niagara is putting that pressure on. It's allowing them to stop Fanshawe's attack, get a foot in, make the game a little bit less organized, which is kind of what Niagara wants to do at this point. Fanshawe needs their midfielders to keep moving, keep roaming, and finding those open spaces so that they can transition the ball up the field better.
Kovacevic gets dispossessed, and it's now going to be with Harley. Harley looking for Caitlin Mix, finds her, and she has room on that right side. Mix looking downfield, still has the ball on her feet, taking on Meopolis. Mix looking to get inside, but a great defensive play by Meopolis and her counterpart in the central midfield, Allison Pike. McQueen finds Zavitz first time. Zavitz to Pike in the midfield. Kovacevic to Zavitz, looking first time to Nielsen, but the ball just out front of her, and Niagara gets possession once again. Now it's Hulnick having room, gets by her defender Allison Pike, and still with room finds Julianne Bust. Strana won an offside call, but it will be Bust looking for a goal just outside that left post. It will be a Fanshawe goal kick. Niagara starting to get a little bit of momentum.
You can hear it in their voices. They're calling from the back, especially the Niagara back line, doing a lot of the work, carrying a lot of the weight in this game. As soon as Niagara transitions forward and the attack isn't executed quite as well as they might expect, they are hearing it from their defense. The team's hungry, and they want to convert an opportunity.
McQueen tries to bring that down, but it's going to go right to the foot of number 5 in Niagara, Maria Gamba. Pickpocketed by Kovacevic, and she's away. Kovacevic has room with Presley being double teamed. Still with Kovacevic, and a great slide tackle by Presley. Kayla McQueen looks at goal. And about 24 yards out, and it's going to go just past that left side of the post.
You just see the athleticism that Jade shows us. As soon as she gets onto the ball, she's holding off the defender. She's one of the quickest players that we'll see all tournament. And yet Niagara is sticking to her. They're dug in. They're not giving her an inch, and they're able to neutralize that attack. It's great football from both teams.
Sophia Al-Qaid is going to be taken down, a foul called against Fanshawe. Niagara gets another free kick, just approaching the hour mark And in this game, still 1-0 for the Fanshawe Falcons. A goal by Jade Kovacevic in the 40th minute is the only difference maker in this one so far. Maddie Harley. She's going to go towards the middle of the Fanshawe area, but taken down by Meopolis. Nielsen, a quick move and gives herself some space around mid-pitch. She's going to find her teammate Kayla McQueen. McQueen trying to find Zavitz just out of her reach. And it will go all the way back to Niagara keeper Taylor Major. Major, quick kick, and we're back in play.
A little bit of a difference in Fanshawe's attack. They used to be coming up with numbers like 4s and 5s. These attacks are 2 and 3 man attacks more often, and it just seems like Fanshawe realizes that they have to start thinking of protecting their advantage at this point as much as getting that second goal.
Niagara making another substitution will be Kennedy Reese. Going in for Captain Michelle Maker. Reese seeing her first taste of action in this one, the third year out of Thorold, Ontario. The quick throw and given to Maria Gamba. Gamba looking upfield. Al-Qaid all alone inside that Fanshawe area. Flag stayed down, but it's going to be a goal kick for the Falcons. Selena Roberts finds her teammate just to the right of her, Hodgkins. Hodgkins looking towards the middle. Meopolis. Roberts looking for McQueen. Tons of space for McQueen and giving it to another player, Nielsen. And now it's Kovacevic away to the races. Jade Kovacevic on another breakaway. She's trying to find that left corner. And a great opportunity for Fanshawe, but Taylor Major did a great job of cutting off the angle, giving Kovacevic nowhere to shoot. That could have been 2-0, but instead it's a goal kick for the Niagara Knights.
You'd expect a player of her class to do actually a little bit better with an opportunity like that. It was a 50-50 ball. She was on the run, and by the time she caught up to the ball, she had 5 strides on the defender. I don't know if she knew it or not, but one small extra touch could have put this game away.
Kovacevic, that's her bread and butter, those breakaways, those through balls from the midfield of Fanshawe. It was a fantastic ball by Nielsen to Kovacevic, just could not bury it, and this game still remains 1-0. Handball called against Angelica Meopolis, and now Niagara have a free kick just inside the Fanshawe half.
Zach, the Fanshawe Falcons almost average 5 goals for a game. To be held at 1 this long is just a testament to the work and the strategy that Niagara is putting into it. If this game gets to the closing minutes, it'll be really interesting to see what type of risk Niagara's willing to take to get that equalizer.
And Niagara certainly is building some momentum. We saw in the first 30 minutes or so in this game, it was all Fanshawe. Now Niagara is getting some possession in dangerous areas as well, as we see them still in the Fanshawe end. It's with Richardson now to Haltnick. Kovacevic gets past a couple defenders. It's going to be a Fanshawe free kick, says the referee, and Fanshawe will reset deep in their own end. Zavitz still with possession, finds McQueen. McKean not quite on the same wavelength as Nielsen, just thinks that she got fouled that time by Reese. And now Niagara have possession. And again, Mixon Bust not on the same wavelength. That pass behind Bust and given right to the back line of the Falcons.
Well, Coach Markovich on his feet after that foul against McQueen. It was quite late, and the referee seemed to have turned his back and had been following the ball. I don't know if he saw that or not.
It will be a Falcons throw. Kayla Richardson putting that out of play. We're in the 19th minute of half number 2. Still 1-0 for the Falcons. Jade Kovacevic in the 40th minute put the Falcons ahead. She almost got one just a few minutes ago, but one wide of Taylor Major's goal. And now the Falcons pressing for their second goal of the game. Kovacevic looking for Nielsen, takes that touchdown. Nielsen looking at goal. She has space. And one that gave Taylor Major a little bit of trouble. It looked like it was curling towards that goal. It would be a corner for the Falcons. Major maybe thought that it went out of play before it hit her, but referee says no and points to the corner flag nonetheless.
Major doing a great job just to square up against the attacker, just to make sure that there's no open shot.
Richardson just puts that down to the Fanshawe half. Amberly Hodgkins is there to retain possession. Now with it, Daniela Strano. Fanshawe passing it amongst their back line, and Strano's going to go all the way back to Brianne Carrero. McQueen with it, guarded by Borowski. And now Zavitz in the middle. Plenty of space for her. Nielsen looking for Kovacevic. Kovacevic being guarded by Presley all game long. She does well. Now having to go is Chelsea Zavitz, but Taylor Major is able to reach up and grab that one. Mix trying to get by a couple of Falcon defenders. Minneapolis guarding the ball off her, and we'll go all the way to the back line with Strano. Strano finds Agbaba making that left flank run. Zavitz. McQueen away to the races, offside, says the referee. Fanshawe not happy with the call.
Lots of calls from both players and fans on that call, but it was directly in line from where we're sitting, Zach, and she was clearly 3 or 4 strides behind the Niagara defense.
McQueen just has to be a little bit later on that run. She has speed, and she has the speed to get by Borowski, but every single time she makes that run, it's always going to be offside. If she continues to do what she's been doing in half number 2, that's her second time being caught offside. Zavitz finds Kovacevic. Kovacevic is going to go all the way back to Hodgkins. Still with it, Fanshawe, is Daniela Strano.
Fanshawe's maintaining possession, but it does feel like they're putting a little bit more work into it. Niagara is not giving them as much time. They're on their heels. They're trying to get just a foot in, and when they do, they transition into attack really quickly. That's going to be key for Niagara as this match progresses to create opportunities.
It's going to be a penalty called. McQueen goes down in the box. And the referee points straight to the spot. A devastating blow for the Knights. Fanshawe on the season 6 for 7 on spot kicks. Looks like the ball is going straight to the hands of Jade Kovacevic. Jade has scored a penalty on these grounds this season. She beat Redeemer. She scored the second goal in the 80th minute when Fanshawe was here. 2-1 the final in that one. Jade ready to take one in. It's going to go into that bottom right corner. Jade gets goal number 2.
Wow, there's really no doubt about it.
Game number 9, Jade Kovacevic.
Really well executed. You see the experience in how she approached the ball. She knew exactly what she was doing to put that into the back of the net. And Major knew where she was going. She made the right guess. She was on top of the ball, but it was just too technical and too textbookly executed by Jade that it was right in the corner and out of the reach.
Perfect penalty by Kovacevic is going to put Fanshawe up 2-0 over the Niagara Knights. About 70 minutes played in this match so far. Fanshawe up 2-0. Now Fanshawe can relax a little bit more, but I'm sure 2-0 is still a little bit too tight for them.
Niagara coaching staff are huddling behind their net, having a few small conversations. They know that they're going to need to make some changes really soon here. They need opportunities or else their season is over.
Reese has it in the Fanshawe area. Hodgkins defending her. Mix trying to get a touch, and it's going to be well defended that time by Selena Roberts. Hodgkins still with possession. Trying to find Kovacevic, going to be out of her reach. Presley is going to just fire that upfield. Strano finds Miapolis. Fanshawe still have yet to make a substitution. All 11 players have been playing the full game so far. Niagara just making 2.
Fanshawe happy just to maintain possession. Force Niagara to make the move to bring their game forward.
Expect Niagara to push a little bit harder, creating a little bit more open space for Fanshawe trying to counter. It's going to go to Kovacevic now in the middle. Zavic looking for Nielsen. Kovacevic intercepts. And now it'll be with Niagara. Harley, and deflected off of Kovacevic for a Niagara throw. And we can hear Rob Lalama. It looks like Maria Gamba, the center back, is going to be playing striker. Just a bit of a bigger body for Niagara up there. Niagara starting to play 3 at the back. I guess 4 if you count the man marker, Caitlin Presley, as a defender.
We were just talking about it. There comes that technical change. Rob calling into his defense saying, we're no longer marking Jade. We're going to bring our strikers forward. It's time to attack. It'll be an interesting next couple of minutes to see how this game transitions and see if the momentum can start to change in Niagara's favor.
And there is that change. Maria Gamba is looking to go to the top, be almost a target man for Niagara, and Fanshawe looking to explode right away. Chelsea Zavitz away, but the flag goes up offside. Easy decision that time for the linesman.
As soon as that marker had left Jade Kovacevic, she's opened up. She realizes it immediately. She squares up to the ball and provides a nice little scoring opportunity for Zavitz. This game is at a bit of a turning point. Can Niagara change their strategy, bring the ball forward, get the game within 1, or does no longer marking some of the attacking threats by Fanshawe allow them to open up this game and really take it away with the next goal?
The next goal certainly is going to be a big one. If there is a next goal, of course, either 3-0 really would put this game out of reach. 2-1 would give Niagara enough hope to think that they can get their second. That ball can go all the way back to Brianne Carrero, the third year out of Strathroy, Ontario. Kovacevic is going to bring that down on the foot now of Nicole Nielsen. Nielsen scored 10 goals this season and is not given enough credit due to Jade's 28. But 10 goals, certainly nothing to sneeze at. Puts her 4th overall in the OCAA.
Fanshawe also not sitting back yet. There's 4 Niagara defenders, but there are 4 Fanshawe attackers right now. That lineup of Nielsen, Zavitz, Kovacevic, and McQueen are hunting for the next goal, which means that this game should open up a lot more. Both teams looking to score and the attacking opportunities to come.
Kovacevic looking for an attacker to make that through ball. Nothing doing. Taylor Major gobbles that up at the top of the air and will send that downfield. Nobody to challenge Miapolis. She'll take that down well. Miapolis going to go all the way down to that back line. Carrero calling off her back line. She will take that up. Quickly giving chase is Caitlin Mix, but now with Selena Roberts. Allison Pike finds Hodgkins making that run down the right side. Hodgkins looking for Zavich. Good dummy that time by Kovacevic. Now Chelsea Zavich has a run. Zavich still with possession. She's trying to get it, but a great toe save that time by Major.
Great shoulder-to-shoulder defense there by Richardson. She was not going to allow Zavitz to get that first touch on the ball on balance and in a position to get a strike off.
Mix intercepts and has possession. She's going to look for Al-Qaid, but well behind her, easily intercepted by Hodgkins. McQueen. Borowski looks at her, goes back. Kovacevic going to go down to Amber Lee Hodgkins. Pike, lots of room, going to go behind her. Selena Roberts. Fanshawe passing it well amongst their back six. Zavitz finds Nielsen, going back to Zavitz, but right there is Amanda Borowski and intercepts that, looking for Buse, and she gets by Natasha Agbaba. Agbaba gets back, and Buse is going to fire that into no man's land and easily picked up by Carrera. Lots of room now for Allison Pike. Not a great touch, but it's going to go right to Hodgkins. Hodgkins back to Pike. Easily intercepted by Kennedy Reese. Reese looking towards the middle, but three Fanshawe players swarm her and dispossesses. Lots of room for Jade Kovacevic. Just waits this one out, looking for McQueen, elects not to go to her. Minneapolis finds Hodgkins on that right side. Lots of room for Hodgkins. Now with McQueen. Nielsen gets by the Niagara player. Lots of room for Kovacevic. She's looking at goal. And a great save by Taylor Major, having to dive to her right. Play's not done yet, although the referee calls offside. Chelsea Zavitz getting on that rebound, but in an offside position. Another chance for Jade to get her third of the game, but a great save by Taylor Major.
Well, Taylor Major at the back there, coming up big. She didn't hesitate at all. She has great goals against average of just 1.87 for the year. She's a big part of why this Niagara team has made it this far.
We did talk to Rob Lalami before, and he said if it wasn't for Taylor, this Niagara team could not be playing in this game. So a great game, although he said a bunch of stuff about that game. He said it could have been 7-0 at one point, but it could have been a St. Lawrence win. And if it wasn't for Taylor, Niagara could be at home watching these championships, but instead they're still in this one. 2-0 Fanshawe lead, but still plenty of time for a couple of goals for the Knights. It's going to be a throw-in for the Falcons. Natasha Agbaba will put the ball back in play, finding her teammate Daniela Strano. Strano, the risky pass, finds Pike. Minneapolis looking upfield right away. Intercepted once again by Niagara. Now with Buse looking for Gamba in the middle. The captain of Fanshawe, Chelsea Zavitz, going to Allison Pike. Now it's going to go all the way down to Amber Lee Hodgkins. Pike, lots of room in the middle. Now being defended by Al-Qaid. McQueen. Offside was Nicole Nielsen. Chelsea Zavitz was not, but it's going to go just into the hands of Major. And it looks like both teams are ready to make a couple of substitutions. Harley looking for Hulnick in the middle. Finds her. Hulnick going towards that right side. Trying to find Julianne Buse just out of her reach. And again, Fanshawe will go all the way to Correa. Correa hits that outfield looking for Allison Pike.
Well, Katie Nelson about to come in here for Fanshawe and Victoria Keller. Both teams making some changes. It should impact tactically what's going to happen in the closing minutes of the match. Niagara needs to force extra time. Fanshawe likely looking to keep the possession game going and just shut this down.
Scary moment now for Fanshawe. Down goes Jade Kovacevic. Still on the ground. All of her teammates really around her. What a storyline that would be if Kovacevic was out for the rest of the tournament. She seems to be okay. Clutching that right ankle. Pike giving the all good to head coach Mike Sososha. I'm sure he had a bit of a deep breath looking at his star striker going down, but we will resume play with Fanshawe having possession on that left side. Natasha Agbaba, and now Fanshawe once again just going to pass it amongst themselves on that defensive line. Now with Hodgkins. Hodgkins looking for Zavitz. The one-touch play to Kayla McQueen. McQueen with space. Looking for Zavitz, but a great play by Borowski. Al-Qaid with Pike right on her, makes a nice turn. With some space, still has possession is Sophia Al-Qaid with both Minneapolis and Pike swarming on her. Nothing doing for Al-Qaid, looking for numbers. Now is Fanshawe on the attack. They're attacking four, both looking to make runs. It's McQueen and the boss, but a great play that time by Borowski. Cannot put it out of play, though. It's still with Kayla McQueen. Foul committed that time by Kennedy Reese. And Fanshawe have a free kick in a dangerous position.
Niagara really needs to keep up that aggressive game. Don't give Fanshawe any time on the ball. Look for one or two poor touches. Those are the times in this game where Niagara's been able to quickly get a foot in, get possession back, and counterattack, and that's where their opportunities have really come from. We haven't seen as much of it in the second half. Niagara only with one shot on net in the second half versus 4 in the first.
Strano elects to take that free kick, puts it right in the middle of the box, but Borowski's right there. Gamba, the lone striker for Niagara, is being swarmed by Falcons, and now finds Caitlin Mix. Mix has no options anywhere around her and gets dispossessed. Now it's with keeper Brianne Carrera.
Well, with no stoppages, both players on the sideline looking to come in are getting a little bit eager. 10 minutes to play. Niagara's really needing to pour it on in these last few minutes of the game to try to get that next goal. Really force something special in the last few minutes to see if they can keep their season alive.
We've already seen one tactical change by the Knights. Rob Alama electing to put center back Maria Gamba up front. So now Niagara playing a 4-4-2 instead of the 5-4-1 they were playing initially. It's going to be a foul committed by McQueen. Taylor Major will run up, take that free kick as quickly as she possibly can. Time is certainly not on Niagara's side of this late part of the game. Major is looking for Mix, elects to let that one go, looking for Gamba, but Fanshawe is able to retain possession. Mix has space, looking for Bust. And that final touch, just not enough for Niagara to get through. It's going to be McQueen committing yet another foul. McQueen electing that it may be time for a substitution, going down on one knee. Kayla McQueen seems to be all right. Maybe just a re-aggravated injury that she says she's done for the game. We never know. But on comes number 19, Katie Nelson, the first year out of London, Ontario. The through ball that time by Al-Qaid, a good one, but a couple of Niagara players just cannot get that final touch on goal. And Carrera elects to put it at her feet, finds teammate Daniela Strano.
Great opportunity there for Niagara. They're starting to come forward with numbers. They're giving Fanshawe less and less time on the ball, and that's converting into opportunities on net.
It's now with Hodgkins. Nelson getting her first touch of the ball, and she has it on that right side. Finds Zavitz. Nelson's going to be through, but it's going to be Amanda Borowski giving chase and not allowing Nelson to get anything. Nelson actually dispossesses Borowski, finds Zavitz. Zavitz looking for Nicole Nielsen, cannot find her. Great play by Maddie Hartley. Kennedy Reese is able to take that down. Reese finds Haltnick in the middle. Haltnick looking for a teammate up front, but cannot get it by Minneapolis. Fanshawe still with possession in their own end, content with playing it just amongst themselves, playing keep away from Niagara. Up 2-0 as we approach the later part of this game. Jade Kovacevic has both goals, a 40th minute breakaway that she was able to tuck past Taylor Major, and a penalty off of a foul from Borowski later in the second half was what made it 2-0. Mix finds Reese. Reese looking for Haltnick in the middle, gets intercepted by Minneapolis, and now Fanshawe again. Going to go all the way back. Now is Katie Nelson on that right side. Nelson finds Zavitz. Zavitz with space. Kovacevic. The through ball to Nicole Nielsen. Nielsen makes a couple of moves and may have some space. Another penalty called against the Niagara Knights. It looked like it was Maddie Harley committing the foul, and an injury for Nicole Nielsen.
She seems to be holding her head, actually, which is the scariest thing we don't want to see in a match like this.
Nielsen looks to be all right and good enough. I believe that a rule in the OCAA is that if a trainer comes on, the player has to come off the field. So Nielsen will be out of play until can be allowed by the referee. Instead of Kovacevic taking this penalty, it looks like it will be the captain, Chelsea Zavitz, having a go at Taylor Major. The penalty by Zavitz is saved by Taylor Major. That certainly would have put it out of reach for Niagara, but Taylor Major, a massive penalty save. Zavitz elected to go towards her left, and Major guessed perfectly and was able to stop that one. Still 2-0, Fanshawe lead.
We talk about the importance that Major is for the Niagara Knights team. Coming up with a massive save like that, we've already seen a couple of big ones in this game. Can Niagara build off of that? There's 3 or 4 minutes plus injury time left in this match. They're forward, they're in the Niagara end with the ball. They need to find one. They just need to find that first goal.
It would certainly be something special if Niagara was able to come back from this, but they are in a dangerous position. Maddie Harley is able to take this free kick. She's going to put it right inside that Fanshawe box. Let's get by a couple of players. And it cleared out of play by Fanshawe. Niagara is all the way up, just a couple of defenders back, and Fanshawe looking to counter. Maddie Harley still has possession. It will be a Fanshawe throw-in, no rush, as Nicole Nielsen is getting that ball, but it will be a Fanshawe substitution coming in and seeing her first bit of action. Mackenzie Moda out of St. Thomas, the first year. Looks like she will be taking off the captain, Chelsea Zavitz, who tosses her armband to Jade Kovacevic. Chelsea Zavitz playing a fantastic game, but it looks like her morning is done.
Mike Marcosia not taking any chances. She was down just a few minutes ago holding her head. She's obviously not happy to be pulled off of the pitch. These Fanshawe players are used to playing 90-minute matches.
For the Falcons, number 20, Mackenzie Mota.
But at this point in the match, there's minutes to go. Fanshawe just needs to collect that ball and close out the dying minutes here.
Moto with possession on that left side. Find your teammate Nielsen. Nelson making a creative run. She's going to put it towards the middle, but just to the foot of Julianne Bust, who will put it out of play. Fanshawe with a throw deep in the Niagara end. The referee taking a quick check at his watch. It looks like it will be 2 minutes of injury time. Allison Pike finds her teammate Amber Lee Hodgkins. Out of the reach of Nicole Nielsen. Meopolis finds Nielsen. Pike with room. She's going to go behind her to Hodgkins. Al-Qaid giving chase, but that quick pass back to Meopolis. Nicole Nielsen, and that pass is going to go straight to Taylor Major. Nobody making that run. Nielsen puts her head up to the sky. Just thought that she made the right pass, but nobody was there to retrieve it. Keller getting her first touch of the ball. It's going to be a heavy touch, and Fanshawe is able to dispossess her. Bust having a look at goal, but easy save that time by Brianne Carrero. 3 Falcons now at the center line, looking to get their first pieces of action in this one as the clock is starting to wind down in game number 1, quarterfinal number 1 of this OCAA championship. Fanshawe up on Niagara 2-0.
The fourth official just indicating 2 minutes of injury time to play. Fanshawe lining up 4 substitutions now, looking to get a stoppage and close out as many seconds as possible.
Borowski will just fire that one long. Still in play. Niagara falling asleep on that play. Thought it was going to go out, but it will be a foul committed by Katie Nelson, giving Niagara another free kick in the Fanshawe zone. And unsurprisingly, it will be taken quickly by Al-Qaid. She will whip one into the box. A tempting ball, but well played by the back line. A goal kick by Fanshawe, and it looks like 4 different Falcons will see their first piece of action in these championships. Kovacevic coming off, as is Nicole Nielsen. Angelica Meopolis and Natasha Agbaba all taking a rest. I would imagine their morning is done of soccer for the day. I cannot see them coming back on.
Number 4, Jillian Iantosca. Number 7, Stephanie Middlemiss. And number 22, Josephine Morgato.
Carrero setting up for the goal kick. Got to imagine that final whistle is moments away, and we can all but confirm that Fanshawe will be on to the semifinal. Julianne Bust trying to make a turn on Nelson. Cannot do that. Amberly Hodgkins now wearing that captain's armband. Is going to find her teammate.
2 minutes of that injury time now come and gone. A lot has to be said in this match about how Niagara approached it, how long they were able to hold off Fanshawe before they were able to eventually get that first. 2 penalty shots for Fanshawe this morning, only able to convert 1. Niagara must be going away from this game with a lot of confidence, with a really good feeling over how their season has gone. Fanshawe moving on to play Friday, and we'll find out who against. A couple of matchups coming up later in the game, or later in the day. Sheridan and Algonquin at 12:30. Seneca playing against host Redeemer at 3 p.m. And then Durham and Humber at 5 o'clock.
Absolutely, a lot of great matchups still to come in this one, but this one ends in Fanshawe overtaking Niagara by a score of 2-0. Both goals coming off of the foot of Jade Kovacevic. And now the players will line up. MVPs given after the game to each team. Has one representative, But 2-0, Fanshawe will advance to the semifinals and await the winner of our next game is Algonquin and Sheridan.
I don't think the Niagara players will be holding their heads down very much. The coach said where this team has been in the few previous years, just to win their crossover match 3-2 against St. Lawrence, just to make it here, knowing that they've got a couple of really great rookie players to build around. I think we could expect them to see them here next year with an appetite to go a little further.
Absolutely, Niagara is still a very young team. A lot of their players still in their first year, including Julianne Buston and Taryn Hulnick, who scored 7 goals apiece. So their core for Niagara is going to stick around for a couple more years. Fanshawe, though, they're thinking about Friday, their semifinal day. Tomorrow is a break day for the semifinalists, as well as the athletic banquet.
On the sideline, facing that way, or that's good right there? All right.
Now awaiting the MVP presentations for both teams.
Go ahead.
Fans, please direct your attention to the score table as we announce the players of the game from today's match. From the Niagara Knights, number 0, Taylor Major.
Well, no doubt there. Major had a fantastic game. Fanshawe really put her to work today, and she came up big, and especially with that penalty shot.
Absolutely, that was a no doubt decision. Taylor Major played a fantastic game, and another easy decision in my opinion, although this one could have gone a bunch of different ways, as Jade Kovacevic was the difference maker in this one. 2 goals in Fanshawe's 2-0 win.
Fans, please stick around as the next match featuring the Algonquin Thunder and the Sheridan Bruins will begin shortly.
I want to thank everybody for tuning into this one. The Fanshawe Falcons 2, the Niagara Knights 0. And stick around for game number 2 happening at 12:30. The Algonquin Thunder against the Sheridan Bruins. For my partner, Michael, my name is Zach DeWeird. I hope to see you very soon.